This is Kate from Izzalicious Designs, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a princess bracelet. We're going to be doing Snow White. So, let's get started. It's a single loom. It's an offset configuration, which means that columns 1 and 3 are the same height, but the middle column is a little bit higher. Arrows are going to be facing towards you. We're going to double band, which means you take 2 bands and you place them together over the pegs as if they were one. The colours that you're going to need are obviously Snow White colours, which are red, black, blue, yellow, and a skin tone colour. Push these down because we're going to actually need to layer our hair for this particular loom. You're going to put an end cap here, so take a single band, wrap it around your finger or the pin. I'm not very good at wrapping it around the pin, so I do it over my finger and then place it on the end cap. We're going to take a single band and use it as a crossover band here, and we're going to take our eyes, which are little seed beads that I've threaded onto a flesh tone band, and then I've tied a knot at the back of it. So I've tied that band into a knot once I had the bead in place. I find that pops the eyes out just a little bit better so it doesn't get lost in the head. So they go across here like so, and I'm also going to put another single band over here to keep it all tight. Now we're going to put the layer of hair on. So again, it's 2 bands. Push things down first. 2 bands. Oh, my bands are tangled. And another 2 here. And on the other side of her head as well. 2 bands here. And 2 bands here. Now we're going to move to her shoulders, and to do her shoulders we're going to take 3 bands, 2 blue and a red, and we're going to place them like this onto the peg and up to her hair. Same on the other side, blue, red, blue. Place them in that order on that peg. We're going to use blue for the next 3 rows down, so 1, 2 and 3, and the same on the other side, 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to use yellow all the way to the bottom of our loom. So still double banding. We start with our yellow. And on the other side. And we're going to put end caps on both of these spots here. So take a single band, wrap it around your fingers 3 or 4 times, depending on the stretchiness of your band. Pop that on there. Okay, we're ready to start looming. So what we're going to do is start at her feet and dig down past the end cap to the 2 bottom yellow bands. Holding that end cap in place, you're going to loom up. The 3. Now when we get to the hair, we're just going to loom the black bands. So take the 2 black bands and loom up, and the same for the next 2 black bands and loom up. Now we're going to go down to the bottom here and do this all again. Dig down past the end cap to find those 2 yellow bands. Holding the end cap in place, you're going to loom up. We're at the hair, so we're just going to do the 2 black bands and loom up, and the same for the next one, just the 2 black bands. I've got 1, the other one is hiding, there it is, and 2. Now we're going to take these 2 and these 2 off the loom. Place it back there for the minute. Let's take these ones off the loom. Hold it out. Now dig down past the end cap to find the 2 top skin colour bands, and we're placing them on the loom here. Now we're going to dig down and find the 2 at the bottom here, and we're going to loom up. Now we're going to take these bands that we had taken off, but instead of putting them back on this peg, we're going to put them on this peg. Like that. Then we're going to dig down and find the 2 black bands, and we're going to loom them up. It's tight, so I'm going to push my hook around the outside of that peg to loosen these bands up a bit. Okay, we're going to do the same on the other side. We're going to take these off the loom, hold them with your hand between your thumb and forefinger, come down under here to find the 2 top bands and loom them across. Now we're going to dig down here and find the 2 skin tone bands at the bottom and loom up. We're going to put this back on our hook, and instead of putting it at the top here, we're going to put it on the second peg. Like that. Then we're going to dig down here, find the 2 black bands and loom, gently wiggle it up, them up. We're ready to do the middle. Loom under, push past that end cap and loom those 2 bands up, and the black ones up, wiggle it, and then we're going to loom these sides in, and we're going to get 2 black bands and slide our hook down the middle here and out through the edge, the side, hook our 2 bands on, twist our hook so that the back side of the hook, which is smooth, is against these bands and doesn't snag them. Pull it up through the middle of the channel of the peg and to the outside of it. You're going to reclaim the ends of your bands and take the 2 that are closest to you up, over and off, forming a slip knot, and pull that tight. Now we're going to take this off the loom. I use the back of a hook, I always do, just to help me ease it off. I just feel it stops bands breaking as easily. especially when you have a lot of bands on one peg, or particularly thick bands. When I'm just on the little bands, that doesn't worry me. Now, before you actually take it off, I use a Q-clip. Now, my Q-clip is one of these, has a little clasp on it that secures in place, so it can be a bit fiddly to actually clip in, but once it's on, I find it much more secure than the S clips or the C clips. So I'm just going to drop it. I'm just going to slide that on here and take that off the loom. I'm going to make sure this is straightened up. Oh, I'm nice and twisted there. Okay, and I'm going to find the other end that I want to attach it to. Upside down here, and slide that in there and take that off the loom. Now what I'm going to do is push this down and out to the side and clip it into place. There we go, nice and secure. Now I'm going to pull her eyes out a little bit. Make sure her hair is pulled into shape. We're going to put her lips on. I have a red band. I'm going to stab her through one side of her face. And pull it out the back. Then go to the other side of her face in about the same position so that it's at the same spot. She doesn't have a lopsided smile. Reclaim the two ends of your bands, and what I like to do is take the one closest to me and move it over so I'm just dealing with one band. That's going to be connected to a clip, and for this I just use an S clip or a C clip. The ends of her hair that we use to tie off, I just try and discreetly hide those under the bands that are here, making them a bit shorter so that they're a bit closer to the clip. And then once I have them at about the right length, I attach them to the other end of this clip, like that. We're going to put a little red bow in her hair, so you need a single red band. And just digging in through here, we're going to pull it through like that. Stretch it out, and all we're going to do is tie a knot. 1, and 2, and that will form our little bow on the top of her head, and then we will draw her eyeballs on. With a Sharpie. Now I do prefer to use these little size 6 beads. I think they look more like eyes than actually using bands. There is our little Snow White bracelet. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and we will be making the other princesses next. Take care.